Hello Luso, I'm Grace Hotzel and welcome to a movie review-esque video. Today I will be creating the official Luso Batman ranking. These are the Batmans in the order I watched them. First up is Adam West, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, Will Arnett, Robert Pattinson, and Kevin Conroy. They will be ranked by number, 10 being the worst, 1 being the best. They will be ranked based on 3 categories. Costumes. Next is acting. Then behavior. I may also include other random comments I made while taking notes because I did have a good time watching these, so let's get started. The worst Batman on my list is George Clooney in Batman and Robin. I know all the elderly people are big Clooney fans, and they hype him up all the time, so I kinda had a lot of high hopes, but I was kinda disappointed, honestly. The first costume is really ugly. Like, there's a lot I can say about this costume, and I'm just not gonna say it. But I am gonna say that the bluish purple color just doesn't suit Batman, in my opinion. The acting, he didn't really put on a voice.
You get the ice, I'll get the ice man.
Which isn't really a problem, except for the fact that his voice didn't work for Batman, like, at all. His behavior was a bit off. He seemed a lot really, like, giddy the whole movie, which, again, isn't a bad thing, but, like, it's just, he was too giddy. And, yeah, he was funny, I guess.
This is why Superman works alone.
Number 8 is Val Kilmer in Batman Forever. Generally, the best way to describe him is boring. He's above Clooney because he wasn't, like, bad, but he was really bland. On costumes, the prototype suit is horrible, ugly, but I liked the black suit that he wore. He nailed, like, acting rich when he was Bruce Wayne. He was a pretty good Bruce Wayne, but he wasn't very good as, like, Batman. His Batman voice wasn't very good. It sounded goofy at times. He wasn't very good at doing a lot of the detective-y stuff, and he was really dumb for being a Batman. In my notes, I said, there's just something about him that doesn't feel like Batman, and I don't know what it is. And the stuff I mentioned earlier isn't really what doesn't make him feel like Batman, but I don't know what else it is. There's just something off about him, and I can't really place my finger on it. Number 7 is Ben Affleck in Batman v Superman. Now, before I begin talking about Affleck, I only watched him in Batman vs Superman and none of the other movies he's been in, like Justice League or Flash or whatever else he's been in as Batman. But I could not finish Batman vs Superman. It was so bad. Spoilers if you even care, because, like, why would you even want to watch this movie willingly? But the part where they were fighting, where Batman and Superman were fighting, and then Superman was like, Martha! And then Batman was like, why did you know that name? That's my mother's name! And then they were like, hey, both of our moms are named Martha.
Find him! Save Martha! Why did you say that name? Martha, why did you say that name?
Stop! Please, stop!
Why did you say that name?
It's his mother's name! It's his mother's name.
After that, I couldn't watch anymore. I couldn't. So there's a possibility that I missed a lot of major moments. I did kind of, like, skip through, like, I went by like 5 seconds, so I kind of, like, got glimpses of what was going on, but, like, I probably missed a lot of details maybe about him. So hopefully that doesn't impact this review. I just couldn't watch it, and I can't watch any of the others. I just can't. So hopefully that doesn't really affect this. So I'm fine with the suit. The suit's fine, but that really bulky, like, techie suit he used towards the end is really ugly. Like, it's really bulky, and that just doesn't work. He does have a consistently good cowl. Like, his cowl is probably one of the best out of the whole list. He was also way more entertaining than Kilmer, and he was a bit cooler, a bit smarter than Kilmer, so he was easier to kind of, like, I did feel like he generally went overboard. Like, he marked people with the bat symbol. I don't think Batman would do that. I don't think he'd, like, kill Superman, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Like, who knows? That movie was just, it was a lot. I don't know if I was paying attention because of just how insane it was. He was pretty cool and funny, and he did some detective stuff. It's not really, this part isn't really a critique against Batman himself, I just feel like saying it. But I don't think, he kind of dealt with like supernatural stuff this whole movie, and I didn't really feel like that should be something he deals with. But who knows, maybe I'm just wrong. Number 6 is Robert Pattinson from The Batman. I don't know what to say about him. He was above average, definitely. I really like the suit, the shades of black look good together, and the cowl and cape look nice. Pattinson has great body acting, and he's undeniably a really, really good actor. However, the eyeliner he had sometimes when he was Bruce Wayne was a real choice, and just generally, I didn't think he was the best Bruce Wayne. He was probably one of the bottom Bruce Waynes. They did show his detective side a lot, like the whole movie was basically a detective movie. But I am giving him kind of a benefit of the doubt since maybe he'll get more movies and maybe they'll add more to his Bruce, but right now he's just kind of average. Number 5 is Adam West in Batman 1966. He's super goofy, but it's really well done and doesn't really take away from anything since it's a goofy movie. His costume doesn't really suit live action, but it is the iconic bat suit, so like, you can't get mad at that. It doesn't look too good in real life though, and I'm not a big fan of the cowl. I don't think it looks very good. I did feel like West's delivery was mad, but then he'd say like something about shark spray super seriously, and then I'd be like, yo, I'm questioning everything. His behavior was interesting. He was very smart a lot of the time, but he couldn't figure out Kiko's Catwoman. That made me so mad because it's so obvious. Like, it's so obvious, and he couldn't figure it out. Maybe he was just blinded by love or something, but that did kind of annoy me. Sometimes he was just generally a bit dumb. The bomb thing, where he was running around with the bomb, it was funny, but like, whenever he came across something, just like angle your throw a bit and like throw it in another direction. I don't know why you had to run everywhere, but it's the 60s, what do I know? However, despite these like annoyances, I had a lot of fun watching this movie over the previous 4 that I've mentioned, but he is definitely not the best. It does feel a bit weird judging this movie that's from the 60s against the rest of these that are more modern. Like the oldest one, other than Adam West, is from 1989, which is pretty recent, I guess, compared to Adam West, but he still holds up in his own weird way. Number 4 is Kevin Conroy in Mask of the Phantasm. I almost cut Conroy out due to the time, and I thought he only had a show, but he has a couple movies, so I watched Mask of the Phantasm. Before I get started, Mark Hamill, great Joker. I love him. I'm a Mark Hamill fan. I'm a Star Wars fan. So it was good. I'd seen clips of him as Joker, but I'd never seen a full performance. So seeing this was really cool. Anyways, on to the Batman. The suit is literally just Adam West suit, but it looks way better animated. The cowl, cape, colors, basically, it's literally the perfect Batman suit. It just doesn't translate to live action very well. He has a good voice for Batman. It's not too gravelly, but it's really stern, and he's emotional, and it's just generally like a good voice. He's a great voice actor, and he's just generally a great actor. Generally, he was funny and cool, and he was super smart, and like the one part where he was putting his cape and cowl on the one thing to prank the bad guys, that was pretty cool, and that was good. Good characterization there, guys. However, other than the suit, he didn't really look like Bruce. I felt like his like jawline was really like thick, but that could just be an animation thing. But still, like, yeah. The next 3 though really look like Bruce in my opinion. Number 3 is Christian Bale in Batman Begins and Dark Knight. I watched both of them. I didn't really understand the whole thing with Liam Neeson at the beginning, but I did like watching these. I'd seen Dark Knight previously, but I didn't really understand what was going on, so it was cool to know what was happening. The suit is really good. Colors mesh well, and the darkness of it is like practical, and that's kind of cool. It just makes it hard for the audience to see. The cape is amazing. It looks so good when he's flying. I'm not the biggest fan of the mask, but the way his like eyes are in it looks really good. Bale acts with his eyes, which is like, that's good. That looks good. It works. It's really good. His gravelly Batman voice is like iconic at this point. And it's iconic for good reason, because it's really good, but sometimes it was a bit much. But overall, it was great. I also really love the way he was characterized. His writing was really good throughout these at least 2 movies. I'll probably watch the 3rd one whenever I have free time at some point. I just didn't have time to watch the 3rd one. The moral ambiguity of everything was super interesting. He was also funny, but predictable, which made it funnier. His personality is great, and Bale is definitely deserving of a top 3 spot. Number 2 is Will Arnett in the Lego Batman movie. Now this and Dark Knight I'd already seen, and I love the Lego Batman movie prior to this, even if I didn't understand all the references. Watching it again after getting a bit bored of these Batman movies was nice. It kind of got me excited for it again, because it's just that good. It was a great head clearer too after watching Batman vs Superman, which I've already expressed I despised. The costume is perfect. Like, it's a great costume. His Bat voice, Will Arnett nailed the Bat voice. Like, he figured it out, and he does it so well. He like originally does this in the Lego movie too. He's so good at it. I have no idea how he does it, but he's so good at it. I also love his reactions to things. I'll probably put a bunch of clips in of his reactions because they're so funny. Like,
You know what? Doesn't matter, because I have a double secret super password that unlocks the parental lock.
You mean Alfred de Butler with 2 T's? You're scheduled to go to Jim Gordon's retirement party.
What? No, I don't want to do that.
You're going to have a great time.
No.
You might meet some new people.
No.
And even make some new friends.
No. No.
they're great. I love it. I love his depiction. The only downside, I think, is since this movie is for kids, they had to dumb him down. Like, his arc was really good and probably good for a lot of people, but I wish they could have gone like a little darker, but not like really dark. But I think they could have done something a little more mature. But it was still a really good arc. Like, it's still like kind of like heartbreaking even if you're like old. So they really did him good. Will Arnett is definitely worthy of a number 2 Batman spot. But now we gotta know who's the best. So let's get to it. The best Batman is Michael Keaton in Batman 1989 and Batman Returns. I didn't really know what to think going into this. I'd seen Keaton play like villainy roles in he was Vulture in Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming, and he was kind of the bad guy in The Founder. So I didn't really think he'd be a good hero, but he was a really good hero. I love the costume. Like, it's the costume. Like, other than like Lego Batman's costume and Kevin Conroy's costume, those are like the costumes, but like Michael Keaton's costume is like the best one that was adapted to live action. It looks really good. I also love his voice, and I feel like he also kind of adds this awkwardness to Bruce Wayne, which I think is really good. And I also love how he like moves in the suit, since like the suit, like the neck is like connected to the suit, like the neck of the cowl is connected to the suit. So whenever he turns around, he has to turn his whole body to like look a different direction. I really like that. I don't even think it just adds something to it. I don't know why. I really like it. He also acts rich, but he isn't annoying about being rich. And he's generally super likable. The jokes are good. And yeah, he's the Batman. He's the best Batman. There is the possibility that I like him so much because of how surprised I was, but I could care less. He is such a good Batman. I don't care. Well, now the Batman ranking's over. This took like 4 months. I was assigned this project in March, and I'm finishing it now. At the point of recording this, I'm gonna upload it today. So that's crazy. If anyone would like to take up the reins again, be my guest. Maybe keep this as an ongoing tradition thing, you know, like the movie review thing, and not just the Batman rankings, but feel free to make your own Batman rankings. I could care less. I kind of want to see opinions, you know. But if someone wants to keep the movie reviews going, go for it. And I'm gonna be majoring in film in college, so like in like 5, 6, 7, maybe like a decade, if this is still going, maybe someone can review my movie and it'll all come full circle, and that'd be pretty cool. So that's it. Sorry this took like way too long. Bye bye.